Leading the news this Monday, foreign leaders arrive for ASIC as hundreds of protesters gather outside. A desperate battle underway as fire engulfs a home east of Brisbane. Storms threaten the southeast as summer's humidity hangs over into autumn. Action taken by the NRL, the fallout of an alleged racist slur made during the Broncos Las Vegas game. And preparations underway for a visit by King Charles, despite his recent health battles.
This is 9 News Queensland with Aislin Kriukelis.
Good afternoon. The 2024 ASEAN Summit is now officially underway in Melbourne, with leaders arriving from around the region to begin crucial talks. Here's federal politics reporter Claudia Vidaljak.
The Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim, has arrived to a full ceremonial welcome and gunfiring at Melbourne's Government House this afternoon before being led inside, joining Anthony Albanese and Cabinet Ministers for the annual Australia-Malaysia Leaders Meeting. Speaking earlier, both countries' leaders reinforced a willingness to continue a growing relationship.
Increasingly, it is a relationship based upon our economic and benefit that comes from mutual trade and engagement.
It's our interest to give more substance to this comprehensive strategic partnership.
It's the first leaders' meeting to take place during this year's summit, which brings together the majority of the bloc of 10 ASEAN countries that make up our second largest trading partner. The focus not only on trade though, but strengthening security ties in the region as China looks to gain influence and assert its military might amid a power struggle with the US. Foreign Minister Penny Wong announcing $220 million to support countries in the Mekong region, including Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia, as well as $64 million over 4 years to enhance maritime security, issuing this strong message.
We face destabilising, provocative and coercive actions, including unsafe conduct at sea and in the air, and militarisation of disputed features. We know that military power is expanding, but measures to constrain military conflict are not. So these factors give rise to the most strategic, most confronting circumstances in our region for decades.
More leaders will arrive this evening, with talks to continue for the next 2 days.
And hundreds of protesters from Australia's Myanmar community have gathered outside the summit in Melbourne. As Reid Butler explains, they're demanding action against the Southeast Asian military coup.
The protesters are hoping to draw attention to the political situation in Myanmar, gathering outside the convention centre as world leaders gather inside for the ASEAN Summit. The group passionate and determined to be heard. Members of the Myanmar community in Australia are fiercely critical of what they perceive as a lack of action from ASEAN leaders after a violent military coup in the country in 2021.
I'm going to tell my people we never vote to the Labour Party because of this Prime Minister. Shame on him.
It sparked a humanitarian crisis leading to the deaths, jailing, torturing and arrest of thousands of civilians.
They're killing everyone. Here we got everything. We got a human right here. Over there we don't have a human right at all.
Myanmar people want to be a free and fair election and democratic country in Myanmar.
The demonstrators want the leaders inside to support the reinstatement of civilian rule in Myanmar. There is a heavy police presence here for the summit, but these protesters have promised to be peaceful.
A house has gone up in flames at Macleay Island in the city of Redlands. Pat Heaney is in the newsroom. Pat, crews remain on the scene.
That's right, Aislin. It's believed the fire started around 2 o'clock this afternoon on Gregory Street on Macleay Island. Authorities are unsure of how the blaze began, but they say that the fire was well alight by the time that the first crew arrived at 2:30 this afternoon. Now, it's believed no one was inside the building at the time of the fire and that the fire is now under control, but it appears that it'll be a long time until anyone can get inside tonight. Aislin?
Pat Heaney, thanks for the update. Turning to the weather now with Garry Youngberry, as there's some severe thunderstorms about.
Yeah, that's right, Aislin. Still a severe thunderstorm warning in place for the Somerset, Moreton Bay, Brisbane and Sunshine Coast Council areas. It's not just the mainland, also some thunderstorms and severe off the shore. Let's have a look at these pictures just off Redcliffe earlier this afternoon. You are looking at a waterspout and there have been a few spotted with those storms firing up throughout today. But it has also produced some very heavy rainfall. We should have some flooding for you to look at around Cedar Creek up in the Sunshine Coast hinterland, where 50 to 90 millimetres in parts of the hinterland from those fast-moving thunderstorms. Also, plenty of rain in other parts of the southeast. Let's go to the radar. If we started from sort of mid-morning, you'll see some showers over the Goldie, produced around Brisbane early afternoon and into the Sunshine Coast, but those very active storms firing up this afternoon, and they're tracking northwest. Still a little bit more activity to come. So temperatures today felt a lot warmer due to the humidity. They're about 3 to 4 degrees above the March average, 30 in Coolangatta and the Golden Sunshine Coast, 32 here in the city, 33 for Redcliffe, Caboolture and Ipswich, 34 the max today, and that was recorded in Gatton. We'll keep an eye on those storms for you, Aislin, the latest radar with our full forecast.
See you soon, Garry. Thank you. Internal documents from Queensland Health have today revealed significant delays for a number of major hospital projects. Cam Inglis joins me in the studio now. Cam, several completion dates have blown out.
They have, Aislin, and alarm bells certainly are beginning to ring. Now, internal Queensland Health documents obtained through a right to information request from the state opposition show that at least a dozen major health projects are experiencing lengthy setbacks or are over budget. Now, the Queensland Health Capital Program for 2022-2023 has revealed the completion date of the Logan Hospital expansion has extended by 2 years. A similar timeline now at the Caboolture Hospital redevelopment. There's also lengthy blowouts for the Gold Coast Mental Health Unit and the Redlands Hospital. The documents also show the state government's best practice principles have caused some setbacks and seen the budget for certain projects blow out by tens of millions of dollars.
There's a whole range of reasons for why there have been delays for some of these projects. COVID has been one of them, sourcing land has been another one of them. Also making sure that we are not, as I said, reducing the scope of projects.
These details show how bad service delivery has reached under this government. Some projects have nearly doubled. They're years overdue.
Aislin, we'll have more on this developing story in our news at 6.
See you then, Cam. Thank you. China's leading spy agency, the Ministry of State Security, has now been revealed as the organisation the nation's spy chief talked about but refused to name in his recent threat assessment.
ASIO is certainly in a battle with adversaries and targets representing threats to security to this country.
In the exclusive interview with 60 Minutes, Mr Burgess also pushed back over repeated calls to name the traitor ex-politician he accused of betraying the nation. If you can't wait another 12 days to have your say for the local council election, you can head to a pre-polling booth now. Brisbane's mayoral candidates out and about today making their pitch to voters as a three-way contest to City Hall continues to play out.
It is a unique situation. We haven't seen this happen before. Usually it's between the two major parties.
Vote one for me and my team. Put the LNP last.
Well, I'm in it to win. So I think this is actually going to come down for the mayoralty. This is going to come down to a contest between the Liberal National Party and the Greens.
Brisbane's local council, all of Queensland's local council elections will be held on March 16. A shock for beachgoers. Next, a 3.5-metre great white shark washes ashore at a popular tourist spot. Plus, lucky to be alive, the incredible mission to rescue a driver after his car plunged off a small cliff. And will the King come to Queensland? Details of a royal visit ahead.
Brisbane's $4 million man walks free. Pension increasing. How much more you're getting. Is the King coming to Queensland? New royal visit. Queenslanders now at risk of painful arthritis. Plus, ever bought a car, had a credit card or mortgage? You could be owed thousands. 9 News at 6.
At Spotlight, save a massive 30% off everything store-wide, including all Manchester home decor, fabric sewing, craft party, curtains and blinds. Yes, that's 30% off everything store-wide. Sale on now. Open till 8 p.m. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
The $5 snack sub box might be Red Rooster's finest offering. Succulent snack sub, golden chips and creamy mash and gravy in a box of rich mahogany. Cardboard. Sorry, got carried away by the quality. The Rooster's calling.
Love to travel with Scenic on the most all-inclusive, ultra-luxury cruise on Europe's rivers. Book now to receive 2 free nights and discover Europe from only $4,195 per person.
If you can't live without Netflix...
Can't live without Netflix.
Then you can't live without the AGL Netflix electricity plan. With Netflix included for the life of your plan.
AGL do that? They do that.
Join AGL's Netflix electricity plan today.
Scientists say it's impossible to distinguish a scream of fear from a scream of excitement. Both so intense, so wild, coming like a bursting impulse, so impossible to control. They thought it was just a coincidence. We don't. Because what you fear is what makes you feel.
You will find me by your side.
13,276,980. That's how many ticks of the clock the off-season is. It feels like forever. But the start is finally here. A start the whole world will see. Not just the start of something great. The start of something unreal. NRL 2024. Let's go.
For the toughest cleaning jobs around the home, trust CLR. With only 1 part CLR and 1 part water, you can easily dissolve built-up calcium, limescale and rust. For crystal clear shower screens, apply. Wait 2 minutes, then wipe hard water stains away. CLR's a safer choice that's tough on stains, not the environment. Clean toilet bowls, kettles, dishwashers, washing machines, drains and more. Make light of tough jobs with CLR. Guaranteed.
Angry Bird Humperdinck, The Last Waltz Farewell Tour.
Tell me when will you be
See the King of Romance Down Under this May, performing his greatest hits live in concert, including Quando Quando Quando, Release Me, and The Last Waltz. Don't miss Angry Bird Humperdinck, One Golden Voice, 50 iconic years. QPAC Brisbane, 14th of May. Tickets and info at qpac.com.au. Also appearing at the Star on the Gold Coast.
This would be one of the great guesses of all time.
Who will guess their way to a mega Monday win? 5 o'clock on Tipping Point.
A month on from the disappearance of Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy, police are combing through mobile phone data to help identify the movements of people in the area. They are believed to be examining which phones pinged nearby mobile phone towers on February 4th. Investigators have already used the technology to track the movements before her phone was turned off. A 70-year-old man has been rescued from his car after falling 15 metres down a cliff in inner Sydney. Vicky Jardim has the details.
The incident unfolded around 10 o'clock this morning. Startling security footage has captured the moment a car has plunged off a 10-metre rock wall, landing on the street below. Neighbours rushed out to help the man who was trapped in his car. Nearby workers were first on the scene. The driver was treated at the scene by paramedics and is currently in hospital in a stable condition.
Ambulance were in attendance when we arrived, and we also arrived with police rescue at the time. All 3 services worked in conjunction with each other to stabilise the patient and the vehicle.
A close friend says they were planning to meet to go to the doctors this morning.
He's good, he's talking, he's conscious, but he's pretty bruised up.
Nearby residents say they were startled by a loud bang.
We thought a truck had come, till you look down the stairs.
About 3 seconds later, it was like thunder. So obviously the car come down, crushed it down.
Police are now investigating the moments leading up to the crash here at Glebe and what may have led to the car going over the edge.
A giant great white shark has washed ashore at a beach in Kingscliff in northern New South Wales. The shark was filmed lurking in the shallows earlier before it was later found beached.
I would honestly expect that there's something a little bit sinister going on. Sharks don't just beach themselves for no reason.
SeaWorld removing the shark's body, which will now be used for research. King Charles is in the middle of cancer treatment, but Anthony Albanese says Australia is still preparing for a royal tour later this year, just in case. Here's Europe correspondent Edward Godfrey.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's office has confirmed that Australia is preparing for a possible visit to Australia by King Charles later in the year. There's been speculation since December that a royal visit has been in the works. It's believed to be slated for October to coincide with the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting happening in Samoa. When the King revealed his cancer diagnosis last month, one of the many questions arising was whether that rumoured trip would take place. Mr Albanese says his government will be engaging with states and territories on options for a possible visit. A statement saying the King has shown his compassion for Australians affected by recent natural disasters, just as Australians have shown compassion and support for the King following his cancer diagnosis. The King, Queen and members of the royal family are always welcome in Australia. The King was last in Australia in 2018 to open the Commonwealth Games in Queensland. He was a prince then. He's made 15 trips down under in his life. The late Queen was the last reigning monarch to visit Australia in 2011. There's no word or confirmation from Buckingham Palace on that possible trip at this stage, and it will clearly depend on how King Charles's cancer treatment goes over the coming months.
Would you like fries with that? Next, where you can get a popular American takeaway meal in Brisbane. Plus, Ezra Mam protected by Broncos staff as the racism row threatens to spoil the NRL's Vegas season opener. And who's the croc-wearing NRL veteran demanding a snappy start in round one?
Ever bought a car, had a loan or credit card? A new audit of sneaky charges means you could be owed
10,000, 40,000.
9 News tonight.
This is the week that will change everything.
Jack smacked my butt and then kissed my neck.
The social experiment raises.
You made my wife feel uncomfortable.
The pressure.
I don't give a what you think, mate.
4 nights of television.
I know secret
that are
someone's relationship is going to blow up.
Dynamite.
I know what you did last weekend. I'm not protecting you anymore. We will tell him if you don't tell him.
We know you've always worked hard for your money. In these uncertain economic times, who do you trust to protect your wealth? Invest with Latrobe Financial, Australia's leading alternative asset manager, returning a current variable rate of 6.65% per annum, reviewed monthly on a 12-month investment. Trusted by Australians for 7 decades.
When you were young, you wished your time away so you could get to where you wanted quicker. But now you're older, you wonder where all that time went. Taking Bergamet Advanced Daily can support an improvement in your quality of life by maintaining cardiovascular, circulation and artery health and relieving inflammation. It's also a powerful antioxidant. Live life to the full with Bergamet Advanced. To order, call 1300 977 889 or visit bergamet.com.au.
At Bunnings, we're a real warehouse, so you get the lowest prices. Stock comes in off the truck, straight to the shop floor and out the door.
Morgan pack of 20 cleaning cloths, only $10. Jumbuck mini charcoal spit roaster, an amazing $84.90. Bastion 20 kilo rapid set concrete, just $8.95.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stock item, we'll beat it by 10%. Yep, we're a real warehouse. You need a hand there? Bunnings Warehouse! Lowest prices are just the beginning.
The hot cross bun. Deliciously polarising. There's the toasted with butter, the not toasted with butter, the toasted without butter, interesting, and perhaps most controversially, the straight out of the baggers, you absolute savages. Well, they are baked fresh today, so maybe not. Hello, you're king.
At Brighton Homes, they're letting life in and letting the savings begin. So, for a limited time, they're offering $35,000 cash back on their homes. Don't miss out. Drop into a Brighton display home today.
That didn't make sense. But this does. No Pong, all natural deodorant. Feel fresh all day.
Want to know what's happening this week? Here's 9 Queensland's guide to events in your city. NRL returns to the Gold Coast this Saturday night as your Gold Coast Titans take on the Dragons in a fiery season opener. Get your tickets now at ticketmaster.com.au. 9 is Queensland.
An epic Thursday night footy showdown is ready to explode.
Thursday night footy, blockbuster.
Live and free on 9 and 9 now.
A taste of the US is coming to the southeast. The famous In-N-Out burger chain set to cook up a storm at Soundgarden in Fortitude Valley tomorrow, serving burgers, shakes and fries. The pop-up store will be open between 9 and 3 for 1 day only. Customers will have to get in quick with limited quantities available. Yum. Well, Tom's here now with sport. And Dom, the NRL hasn't wasted any time taking action over that racism row over in Vegas.
It's pretty swift, Aislin. Roosters forward Spencer Leniu has today been charged with contrary conduct and referred straight to the judiciary. Broncos 5'8" Ezra Mam alleges the Sydney prop called him a monkey during Brisbane's 10-point loss to the Tricolours. Jonathan Upton has more on the fallout from Vegas.
We should be celebrating everything great about rugby league after that grand season opener at Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. But instead, all the talk today is on the fallout of the alleged racial slur directed at Broncos 5'8" Ezra Mam.
He called me a monkey. Let's go. We'll get on with it later. He called him a monkey. We'll get on with it. Do you want to make a formal complaint? Yes, I do. You do? How can you?
The proud Torres Strait Islander looked calm today as he left the team hotel, but last night in the sheds, I'm told he was in tears, devastated at allegedly being called a monkey by Roosters prop Spencer Leniu. It was tense at the ground and worse here in the early hours of this morning as Broncos Pat Carrigan and Katoni Staggs reportedly engaged in a heated verbal altercation with the Rooster. Like others in the Brisbane squad, they're simply defending their teammate.
But we don't stand for racism at all at our club. It's not who we are as a group.
It's 2024. Our game's built off some amazing people, and for that stuff to happen, it just takes the shine out of us trying to build something over here.
There's no place in sport for these types of slurs. We pride ourselves on being inclusive. It's unacceptable in this day and age. The process will unfold. We're aware of the issue, and it's going to be dealt with.
So right now the Broncos are beginning the long trip home, travelling via San Francisco, everyone with lots to ponder after the season opening loss to the Roosters. I'll have more on that on 9 News tonight. Plus, will the Dolphins be coming here next year? A 9 News exclusive with CEO Terry Reader.
Manly are still flying high after their upset win over South, but Jason Saab could miss a month of football after injuring his hamstring in the dying stages of the victory.
Yeah, it's pretty sore. We just did a test with the doc. The strength is good, but I've never done hemi, so I don't know how bad it is until I get a scan, but it'll be all good. I'll be back in no time.
Saab will have scans as soon as the team arrives back in Australia tomorrow, with Manly joining the Broncos in making a very swift exit from Sin City today. The Vegas season opener had Kieran Foran green with envy over the weekend as he watched the games on TV, conceding he would love to play in the US before he retires. And despite not training today or playing in the Titans' final trial, he is confident of a round 1 win against the Dragons.
We want to put in a really good performance. We'll be going out there and doing absolutely everything we can to start the season off with a win, and that's the expectation that we'll be putting on ourselves.
Meanwhile, Foran's choice of footwear is being questioned by some of his teammates. His white Crocs also not escaping the attention of reporters. Yeah, a few jokes at his expense. Australia has been defeated in the final of the Rugby Sevens in Los Angeles. The women going down 29-14 to New Zealand. In another thrilling chapter in the Trans-Tasman rivalry, the Kiwis proved too powerful and backed that up with some dogged defence to win their second trophy of the season. Manchester City's Premier League title defence. Burnley's hopes of avoiding relegation are dwindling by the day. A 2-1 loss to Bournemouth, leaving the Clarets in equal last place. The young Matildas have opened their under-20s Asian Cup campaign with a 2-1 victory over Korea Republic. But as you can see, the conditions proved far more challenging. The Aussies were forced to battle through thick snow in Uzbekistan, which both teams attempted to clear from the pitch with their hands. Thankfully, no one was injured during the icy match. Off-spinner Jess Jonathan is reminding Australian selectors of her worth, taking 3 for 22 in the Capitals' 25-run win over the Giants in the Women's Premier League. Defending 163, Jonathan dismissed 3 of her Australian teammates, including the crucial wicket of Ashley Gardner, to lift Delhi to the top of the ladder. Queenslander Storm Hunter is the first tennis player to sign up for the Billie Jean King Cup qualifier, which is coming to Pat Rafter Arena in April. The world number 3 double star is determined to help Australia beat Mexico in that tie to see the green and gold advance to the 12-nation finals. And that, of course, will be all live and free right here on Channel 9. How about those young Matildas, though, in that snow-logged field?
Just amazing. I know, they're so good.
They are.
Dom, thanks very much. We'll see you soon. And that is where we'll say goodbye to our regional and Gold Coast viewers this afternoon. Thanks for your company. Your next bulletin is at 5:30, right after Tipping Point. Well, just ahead, we'll take a look at the day's top stories. Plus, a high-stakes rescue at sea, a swimmer stranded, surrounded by huge crashing waves. Fresh hope in the search for the wreckage of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. And a record sale for a southeast home, the unbelievable profit made in just 2 years.
Brisbane's $4 million man walks free. Pension increasing. How much more you're getting. Is the king coming to Queensland? New royal visit. Queenslanders now at risk of painful arthritis. Plus, ever bought a car, had a credit card or mortgage? You could be owed thousands. 9 News at 6.
I'm from a current affair. I just wanted to ask...
The fake talent agent and her smash hits.
Has this been the best performance of your life?
Where showbiz careers end in tears.
It was all a lie. You did lie.
A current affair tonight.
The cop who was a monster.
I am going to die. I cannot breathe.
Wednesday on 9.
Head to Chemist Warehouse and save on big brands like Wagner Health Diclofenac $4.99, Ferrograd C Iron and Vitamin C $19.99, and Osteomol $4.99. Chemist Warehouse kicking off the NRL season with great savings.
Josh is back at school, but poverty means he's missing out on excursions, essentials, and the extra support to flourish. A little help can make a big difference. Sponsor a child today. Search the Smith family.
Watch out! When foot attacks, strike back the easy way. Dynamo Professional. Its deep clean technology removes tough stains deep in the fibre. For superior stain removal the first time, Dynamo Professional.
Fast 800 is on a mission to help you lose weight fast and keep it off. With our meal plans, workouts and support, you can change your life for the better.
The weight just started dropping off. I think it probably saved my life. My daughter said, I've got my mum back.
I tried all sorts of diets. This is the only one that really works for me.
Find your freedom with the Fast 800. Start today.
Fantasy Footy. Heard the name, but unsure of the game? It's where real footy fans just like you become digital coaches and compete for weekly cash and prizes for free. Everyone's playing Game Day Fantasy League, where hundreds of coaches are winning each week on Australia's premier free fantasy footy platform. Game Day Squad. Be the coach, choose the players, and compete like it's a new season every week. How will your team play on Game Day? Turn Game Day into payday. Create, coach, compete, and join Game Day now.
The Amart Lounge sale is on now. Save 20 to 50% off all lounges, sofas and recliners with over 2,000 styles and designs to choose from. The lounge sale is on now at Amart.
Is a little drip ruining your day? MegaSealed provides cost-effective solutions to repair your leaking shower without removing tiles and ready to use the very next day. Call MegaSealed now for a free quote.
hot cross buns. There's the toasted with butter, the not toasted with butter, and the straight out of the baggers. Savages. Well, they are baked fresh today.
Mum's the most loving person I know.
Love knows no bounds.
But when I go to my dad's half the week, she's always alone.
But their whole world
His leg just moved.
is about to be turned upside down.
Scary.
This diagnosis, it just needs support and it needs love.
Big miracles. Tonight after Married on 9 and 9 Now.
Welcome back, updating our top stories this hour. The 2024 ASEAN Summit is now officially underway in Melbourne, with leaders arriving from around the region to begin crucial talks. Hundreds of protesters from Australia's Myanmar community have gathered outside. A house has gone up in flames at Macleay Island in the Redlands. Crews remain on the scene this afternoon, trying to fully extinguish the blaze. And storm activity is ramping up across southeast Queensland, with severe weather warnings currently in place for the Sunshine Coast, Moreton Bay and other areas too. Two Russian nationals are this afternoon being accused of involvement in a money laundering syndicate after numerous raids across the Gold Coast. Jessica Warboys has the details.
The pair are appearing in court today for the first time since they were charged in December after federal police raided their former Hope Island home. Federal police allegedly uncovering nearly $2 million in cash, close to $500,000 in cryptocurrency and substantial financial records inside the property. Also searching a Surfers Paradise solicitor's office, charging 49-year-old Dmitry Rimsky and 46-year-old Alexandra Bugrova with 3 counts each of dealing in proceeds of crime with money or property worth $1 million or more. The alleged offences crossing multiple state lines in 2022. The pair's accused of loading cash into financial institution branches and ATMs across Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia, each deposit allegedly under $10,000 to avoid detection. Is there anything you want to say about the charge? Were you laundering money? The two accused surrendering their passports as part of their bail conditions. Their matters will next be heard in June.
An 83-year-old woman has died in hospital overnight after being struck in a suspected hit and run on the Gold Coast. The woman was hit by a black Mazda around 7 p.m. on Saturday night, leaving her in a critical condition. Police say a 30-year-old man then fled the scene, but was later found a short time later. He's been given notice to appear in court. A Hamas delegation has arrived in Cairo for negotiations on a new ceasefire and hostage deal. An Israeli official, however, has told CNN that Israel is not sending a delegation to the Egypt capital. The UN warns time is running out, with more than 30,000 Palestinians killed and 85% of the population displaced. A counter-terrorism operation has killed 6 alleged Islamic State group members in a volatile region of Russia. The militants had barricaded themselves in an apartment complex where security services found weapons, hand grenades and homemade explosives. All 6 were reportedly involved in previous violent acts. Donald Trump is moving ever closer to becoming the 2024 Republican presidential nominee after adding 3 more primaries to his run of victories. US correspondent Lauren Tomasi reports.
Missouri, Idaho and Michigan are the latest states to be won in a landslide by Donald Trump as the former US president closes in on the Republican Party nomination. These latest Republican primary contests coming just 2 days out from the all-important Super Tuesday here in America, when 16 states and a territory will go to the polls to vote on a party candidate. In a normal election year, this would be peak primary season with a lot of competition. This election, Donald Trump has the race all but won, setting the stage for a Biden-Trump rematch. Donald Trump knows that and came out swinging at the US president, but in a slip of the tongue called Joe Biden by his predecessor's name.
And Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word today. You heard that, nuclear. He's starting to talk nuclear weapons today. I was waiting for that to happen. but we have a fool as a president.
He only has one opponent left. That's former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who's still hanging in on the race. So Super Tuesday, 2 days away, and it is 8 months until America decides its next president of the United States.
The ACT's former top prosecutor, Shane Drumgold, has partly succeeded in challenging the findings of an inquiry into the prosecution of former Liberal staffer Bruce Lurman. The inquiry, led by Judge Walter Sofronoff, suggested Mr Drumgold engaged in malpractice and unethical behaviour, prompting his resignation. The ACT Supreme Court now has ruled there was evidence of potential bias against him, but the majority of the findings were upheld. There's been a dramatic rescue off the West Australian coast. Battling through rough seas, a crew member has swum to Karnak Island, south of Perth. Sheltering under a rock shelf, the man, wearing just a hoodie and his underpants, is stranded by strong waves hitting the rock. The pair pulled to safety by emergency teams waiting in nearby boats. It's unclear why the man was on the island or how he got there, with the patch about 10 kilometres from land. Now to some breaking news coming out of State Parliament, and State Politica editor Tim Avia joins me now. Tim, you have a major exclusive.
That's right, Aislin. I can reveal tonight that we will broadcast a photo that will lead to serious allegations being made against a senior government minister and almost certainly calls for their resignation. It will lead to controversy and no doubt several investigations, and the photo will shake up Parliament when Parliament sits tomorrow. We have sought comment from those involved, and Aislin will bring you that story tonight at 6 o'clock.
See you at 6, Tim. Thanks very much. The French national who scaled a Melbourne skyscraper has spoken for the first time since his release. He told Reid Butler he was surprised by the extent of the sanction handed down.
Anthony Andolfo shocked Australia when he scaled a 55-storey CBD high-rise last month. It landed him in prison. Today, I asked whether he'd learned his lesson.
I don't feel like I put anyone in danger. It's only my own life.
What if somebody saw you fall? That would be traumatic for them.
Could be. If you think you can be traumatic, don't watch me, don't look at me. And
that's why you're doing it, though, for people to look at you, right?
No, I don't looking for fame for this. If you check my Instagram, I don't even have like 1,000 followers.
The dangerous stunt drew quite the crowd, but Anthony wasn't focused on the ground below. This vision is from a GoPro that was strapped to his head, and you can see just how precarious things were up there. How did you feel when you got up there and realised, I'm going to get arrested?
So I knew I will be arrested. It's always like this. It's like the process. So you climb, you've been arrested. Then usually after a few hours you'll be released. Not in Australia.
He pleaded guilty to reckless conduct, endangering serious injury and trespassing, and spent a week in jail, turning 30 behind bars.
I've got a big list of things to climb. I climb also rocks. It's very different, but yeah, of course I will do it again.
We'll have more from Anthony, including his message for emergency services, in tonight's news at 6 o'clock.
It's one of the biggest mysteries of modern times, and today there is renewed hope in the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. Malaysia's government saying they may renew the hunt for the wreckage. A US technology firm has proposed a new search in the southern Indian Ocean. A memorial has been held in Kuala Lumpur to mark 10 years since its disappearance. A frightening moment caught on camera, a huge boulder rolling down a cliffside in Peru, crushing the trailer of a truck. The force of the impact severely damaged the road, but miraculously, no one was injured. A prickly situation for a neighbourhood in the US state of Utah, taken over by hundreds of thousands of tumbleweeds. Cleanup crews are working quickly to remove the mess, with fears they could rapidly catch fire and spread. Some mounds of tumbleweed were so high they buried homes and cars. A US drug bust has seen Wisconsin police seizing rollerblades infused with cocaine. The stimulant was found in a gelatin-like substance inside the wheels. The search then led to a house in which authorities found $50,000 worth of more cocaine. Swimmers have been forced out of a pool in Canada after a deer made a splash inside. The animal breaking in before clearing a guardrail and diving into the water. Volmer Recreational Centre staff managing to wrangle the keen swimmer before leading it back outside. He's having a great time. Well, it's no secret the Gold Coast is on a selling spree, continuing to attract cashed-up international buyers. A Mermaid Waters property adding to the frenzy, selling for more than $7.5 million before auction.
A crown jewel of the Gold Coast, NRL stands tall.
It offered some incredible architectural features and had some expansive whitewater views.
Purchased for just under $2 million in 2022, the owners flipping it 2 years later for a record-breaking $7.7 million, before it even hit the auction block.
Mermaid Waters has some of the best water on the Gold Coast, so it's ready for these sort of prices to be commanded with these newer style homes.
Inspired by the luxury hotels of southern Florida, NRL boasts 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 22 metres of canal frontage and custom technology. The home isn't just a property, it's art.
The owners certainly constructed a new property in an area that hadn't seen this level of construction before, and of course they did it right.
The owners spared no expense building this home, shattering the previous suburb record set in November by $400,000. Mermaid Waters now on a selling spree.
It sort of set a benchmark for the area.
Bella Schwarzenegger, 9 News.
Summer's officially over, but don't pull out the woolies just yet. The forecast is for the hot days to stay with us well into autumn. The country is facing an 80% chance of above average temperatures. And it's going to be dry too. Rainfall is tipped to be lower than what's usually expected at this time of year. Scam alert. Next, a new warning about fake websites that could be appearing in your feeds. From ball pits to hair salons, the quirky makeover of a southeast nightclub. And a bizarre sight, what's caused these unusual clouds to form?
Brisbane's $4 million man walks free. Pension increasing. How much more you're getting? Is the king coming to Queensland? New royal visit. Queenslanders now at risk of painful arthritis. Plus, ever bought a car, had a credit card or mortgage? You could be owed thousands. 9 News at 6.
I'm super picky, but it's the finishing touches that make all the difference. Franklin had a fabric for any style of curtain.
Being able to go into the showroom and touch and feel the fabrics really put our mind at ease.
Frankly, only Franklin will do. If you buy a Titan garage shed this month, you'll get 2 free automatic door openers.
What a cracker deal and worth $660. Buy a double garage, double in a workshop or an Osbarn and get 2 free automatic door openers.
Thanks, Titan.
It's for this month only, so don't muck around. And remember, Titan can take care of your council requirements and deliver to your door.
You'll be lucky you got a Titan. I'm lucky.
Call 13 27 36 for the Titan Display Centre near you. Lucky.
Meet Nicole and her 2 painful feet.
I was told that I had plantar fasciitis, and at my age, I just didn't think that something like that could really cripple me like it did. I had tried everything, but none of it worked.
Everything changed when she got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
Within a week or 2, I noticed such a difference. Life is good now. Go to the Good Feet store. You won't regret it.
See if arch supports can help you too with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
This is Australia's journey to a renewable future. Right now, a blend of renewables, coal and gas is providing you with more reliable and affordable energy. At Alinta Energy, we want to leave coal and gas behind as soon as possible, which is why we're working on $10 billion worth of new Australian renewables, like the Oven Mountain Pumped Hydro project. Meanwhile, we'll always be honest about how we get to net zero, because that's true power. Alinta Energy.
Rainbow sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles.
Whatever's on your mind, demolish it. Wildbean Cafe BP.
Creamy Moccona cafe-style coffee sachets with velvety froth. For lovers of coffee.
Engelbert Humperdinck, The Last Waltz Farewell Tour. See the King of Romance Down Under this May. QPAC Brisbane 14th of May. Tickets and info at qpac.com.au. Also appearing at the Star on the Gold Coast.
What does heart mean to us? Is it running through the noise or bringing it? Heart is ticker, it's courage, it's seen, it's felt, and it's back. Brisbane Broncos, the heart of Brisbane.
Tuesday after married.
Done, 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 done.
It's a match made in comedy heaven.
Maths relationship expert John Aiken, welcome.
How many think getting a phone number is cheating?
What if they're a plumber?
What if they're a plumber?
You need their number.
You need your pipes cleaned out.
The 100, Tuesday after married.
Ever bought a car, had a loan or credit card? A new audit of sneaky charges means you could be owed.
10,000, 40,000.
9 News tonight.
The extreme blizzard conditions have caused widespread disruption in the US, shutting down major roads and ski resorts. These drone shots from the Sierra Nevada, where dozens of trucks and cars are stuck on a major highway. More than 15,000 customers have been left without power. About 20 fake websites using celebrities to lure potential scam victims are being shut down every day. The Australian Securities and Investments Commission ripping down 3,500 websites within 6 months, many of them using high-profile figures like Andrew Forrest, Elon Musk and Chris Hemsworth in what appears to be legitimate news sites and articles. A popular Gold Coast nightclub is reinventing the way we experience a night out. We have your exclusive tour of the bedroom nightclub's latest renovations.
Surfers Paradise wasn't dubbed the Glitter Strip for nothing, famous for its party scene.
Traditionally, nightclubs have always been about hitting the dance floor and grabbing a drink at the bar. Now it's all about experiences, whether it's swimming in a ball pit,
to quick touch-ups in the bathroom pamper suite by a professional hair and makeup artist.
I think it might be a first for a nightclub to have a bathroom the size of, I guess, a women's beauty parlour. It's about a third the size of the entire venue.
And all the girls can come in together, have a mirror each, have a touch-up and then, catch up and go back out.
All a part of the bedroom's $500,000 revamp.
We've done everything from the bars to the bathrooms, a new ball pit, a new Instagram area in the female bathrooms, sound, lighting, the whole works.
And for the VIP booth guests, their own private bathroom. The official launch is on Saturday night. Isabel Quinlan, 9 News.
A Gold Coast puzzle manufacturer has become the largest in Australia after only 3 years in business. Q Puzzles securing contracts with the federal government, producing puzzles of Parliament House and the House of Representatives.
We do an extremely high quality product, you've seen it, and it's not cheap, but it's not super expensive either.
The company manufactures puzzles for clients across the world and are 100% sustainable. Statistics released today reveal more Australians are obese than ever before. An extra 2.5 million people are considered overweight compared to a decade ago, totalling a third of adults. Experts say inadequate training of medical professionals is partly to blame, with patients told to simply eat and move more rather than address potential mental health issues. A group of fishermen have experienced a bizarre sight from a boat in the Gulf of Mexico. This flying saucer-like cloud formation forming in the sky off Florida Keys. It looks something like out of a sci-fi movie. Fear not though, the formation is known as kavum or punch-hole clouds and they're caused by planes. Well, up next, we'll see what's making news at 6 o'clock. Plus, highway mayhem, traffic brought to a standstill thanks to some horsing around.
And still a general thunderstorm warning in place for Moreton Bay, Somerset, Sunshine Coast and Gympie council areas. Storm-free at the moment for Brisbane on the radar, looking not too bad, but we'll keep an eye on it with your full forecast up next.
Brisbane's $4 million man walks free. Pension increasing. How much more you're getting. Is the king coming to Queensland? New royal visit. Queenslanders now at risk of painful arthritis. Plus, ever bought a car, had a credit card or mortgage? You could be owed thousands. 9 News at 6.
While your home internet is about to get a whole lot faster and hopefully cheaper, the sweeping NBN changes.
Plus, Aussie icon Al McPherson joins us. And whatever happened to Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams? Michelle! We'll find out tomorrow from 5:30.
The world's greatest chef is back down under. The one and only Gordon Ramsay will take on an Aussie food superstar.
Welcome to Food Stars Australia.
Searching for Australia's next.
The hangover relief beverage. We make a sauce called the bed.
Say that again.
Big food idea.
I chose you for a reason.
Go Team Janine, come on.
A new nationwide food blockbuster.
Come together as a team.
Yes.
Please.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars.
Okay, Australia.
Let's see what you got.
Soon on 9 and 9 Now.
Who's to say who's young, who's old? Age is complicated. Most people really stop getting older at age 26, but their bodies just don't get the memo. Hidden inside most over 50-ish-year-olds is the soul and spirit of a 26-year-old, just in slightly different packaging. Why waste time wondering when you could be enjoying?
New homes are now selling at Gem Life Highfields. Find out more at gemlife.com.au.
You wanted more value, and Domino's has delivered with our $5 or less range. Delicious pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread, mouth-watering melts, cheese and garlic scrolls, delicious desserts, and ice-cold drinks, all for $5 or less. Get more from Domino's.
I'm Nat from O'Brien. These cracks all started as chips. Happens a lot. We replace thousands of windscreens, but a chip repair is faster, cheaper and greener. And with car insurance, your repair is usually free. Book today.
Angry Bird Humperdinck, The Last Waltz Farewell Tour.
Tell me when will you be
See the King of Romance Down Under this May, performing his greatest hits live in concert, including Quando Quando Quando, Release Me, and The Last Waltz. Don't miss Angry Bird Humperdinck, one golden voice, 50 iconic years. QPAC Brisbane, 14th of May. Tickets and info at qpac.com.au. Also appearing at the Star on the Gold Coast.
When you were young, you wished your time away so you could get to where you wanted quicker. But now you're older, you wonder where all that time went. Taking Bergamet Advanced Daily can support an improvement in your quality of life by maintaining cardiovascular, circulation and artery health and relieving inflammation. It's also a powerful antioxidant. Live life to the full with Bergamet Advanced. To order, call 1300 977 889 or visit bergamet.com.au.
Get more bang for your buck with Skyring. Set up an investment account today and unlock a competitive return of up to 8.05% per annum. Distributions are paid monthly. To become a Skyringer, visit skyring.com.au.
For a nourishing anti-aging moisturiser, try Ultra R4 Restorative Day Cream and Regenerative Night Cream, $36.99 each at Chemist Warehouse. The peptide and ceramide blends visibly lift and firm skin. Live, look, feel fabulous at Chemist Warehouse.
This weather report brought to you by Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
Traffic on a busy US highway has come to a halt while police chase two suspects that fled on hoof. Two horses filmed by traffic cameras trotting alongside cars in Ohio before being wrangled by officers. Local police say the horses are from their own mounted unit and somehow managed to escape their stables. Very cheeky. Well, let's take a look at some of the big and breaking stories coming up tonight at 6. Waterspouts across Moreton Bay put on a spectacular show with severe storms set to hit. Brisbane's $4 million man walks free from jail. Pension increasing. How much more you'll be getting. Is the King coming to Queensland? Plans for a royal visit. NRL footballers' explosive confrontation at a Vegas hotel room over racism. The Queenslanders now facing a new risk of painful arthritis. Plus, have you ever bought a car, had a credit card or a mortgage? You could be owed thousands from hidden charges. All those stories and the rest of today's news coming up straight after Tipping Point. Garry Youngberry's back now, though, with our full weather forecast. Gaz, what's the latest with these storms?
Well, Aislin, we still have a general thunderstorm warning. It includes the Moreton Bay, Somerset, also the Sunshine Coast, Gympie Council areas. It's pretty grey around Brisbane at the moment, but on the radar, we're relatively storm-free for the next hour. If we go straight to the radar and watch from earlier today, you'll see the storms unfolding. The most volatile storms have been around the northern suburbs, particularly the Sunshine Coast hinterland, falls of 50 to 90 millimetres, and there's still quite a light show firing up through the northwest, and that'll move into the Wide Bay and Burnett region as we progress into this evening. Now, today temperatures, well, it felt a lot warmer. Let's take a look what we recorded over the southeast. It was 3 to 4 degrees above for March, 30 degrees for Coolangatta, the Golden Sunshine Coast, 32 here in the city, 33 for Redcliffe, Caboolture and Ipswich, 34 the high, and that was in Gatton today. The weather map, widespread showers and thunderstorms over the tropics, down through Queensland and WA, which should see the heaviest falls. Showers easing in northeast New South Wales and southeast Queensland. For the capitals, interstate, sunny and very warm for Perth, Adelaide and Melbourne. Mostly sunny and warm in Canberra and Sydney. Hot for Alice Springs, showers and storms Darwin. Queensland, a few showers for Cairns and Townsville. Shower or two in Mackay. Cloudy for Rocky and Gladstone. Afternoon showers and storms firing up there. Widespread thunderstorms across the Wide Bay and Burnett region tomorrow. Hot inland, the chance of a late shower and storm for the outback. Brizzy, cloudy day. Shower or two, fresh southeasterly winds and a high of 28 degrees. Now, the 7-day outlook, partly cloudy and high 20s for Wednesday, Thursday. Chance of a shower Friday, a couple of showers over the weekend, and we are looking at high 20s. Keep an eye on those storms still over the next few hours, but they should be gone by tomorrow. Aislin.
Summer's not letting up yet, is it, Garry? Thanks very much. We'll see you in our news at 6 o'clock. And that is our afternoon news for this Monday. Thanks very much for your company. Melissa Downs and Andrew Lofthouse will be coming up with our main bulletin at 6. I'm Aislin Kriukelis. I'll see you tomorrow.
These three players are about to go head-to-head with our machine in a